Hello and welcome to 2022 Community Q&A with Lauren and Sean. We're back. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Sean. Welcome to 2022.
Hi, Lauren. You as well.
Thank you.
It's been great so far.
Hey, we're still here. We're still alive. I'm healthy. How you doing?
Doing good. Doing great. Another good raid from Garwar too, coming in hot.
Hey, it's a Gar raid.
The Yarwar.
It's a Yarwar. Arr. And welcome to Community Q&A. For those of you who have never joined us before, we are here to answer community questions and give answers. Yeah, the title of the show is very, very much also the description of the show. We try to keep it nice and simple. We try to be obvious about it. But hey, then you get chess codes and you get to ask questions of Sean and I. The way that you ask those questions is you go ahead and put in the chat question in big capital letters, and our wonderful moderators Martin and Mars go ahead and grab those and put those into our backstage chat, where I've just gotten a whole bunch of notifications because I'm also the person taking care of the stream. Yay! And then we try to answer your questions. What are we answering questions about? Well, mostly about this game right here. We're also going to be answering questions about basically anything, although we will prioritize game questions. So if you ask the fun questions, it's not that we're ignoring you. We're just maybe going to get through a whole bunch of game questions, and then we'll get to your questions. We're going to kind of prioritize them that way.
You got it.
Oh, yes. Apparently there's sound issues, there's bitrate issues, there's all sorts of issues. Oh, jeez. It's, what?
It wouldn't be a stream without it, right? So
it wouldn't be a stream without technical difficulties, and who knows, maybe Sean's cat will also make an appearance, and then we'll be doubly streamer lucky.
Well, one of my two cats at least.
Well, then we've got two cats that we can rely on for showing up in the stream. For those of you that are wondering, I am currently grinding through rust chests. I'm working on gearing up my rust. So that's what I've got working on here. Sean, what are you currently working on in your game?
Oh man, not a lot, honestly. I unlocked Rust. There was a question in the Reddit Q&A today about if the nerds are available in like ranged or magic only parties. So I spent like 15 minutes going through every variant trying to find one that would like fit that description. Mm-hmm. And then I found out that nerds do not automatically get added to those ones, even though they can be magic or ranged. Because they start off as fighters, they start with a sword. But other than that, I've just been kind of, I did a deep push when it came out, when No Winter came out, and worked off that.
Perfect.
Actually, like 13
nerds.
Or something. Yeah.
Sorry, I have to nerds.
Nerds, yeah.
Nerds. Oh, and I'm just going to say this right now, even though I'm sure the moderators will grab it. We do have Gray Dunvoy. It says, quick shout out to say support is awesome. Always feels good to get a response. Hey.
Aw, thanks. That's me and Taylor. We do our best.
Congratulations. That's not me. I'm just here helping facilitate a lot of this stuff. Sean is doing all of the hard work on Thursdays between You've got the Reddit Q&A, you've got the community Q&A, and later you've got formation save, right?
Yeah, formation save, and then tickets sometime in between all of that and between all the meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're putting in the hard work, so.
Yeah, Thursday's my really, really busy day.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Let's dive into some of these questions that have just come on in. JDog2773 wants to know ETA and the next community challenge next week. I don't know if we have a specific ETA. So the last one went really well, except caveat. Yeah. I think it went really well. I think people enjoyed it. I think we did everything, and by we, I don't just mean Idle Champions and those of us who are running it, but like the community did everything right. And then like Amazon broke Twitch for a day. Twitch broke Twitch for a day, and a couple people got sick, and you can't really blame any of us for that. And what happens is when you try to math out a weekly challenge and then suddenly you're missing whole shows.
That's huge. Yeah.
The math fails. So we're going to do more. 100% we're going to do more because everybody enjoyed it. It was fun to give away those chests. The problem we need to figure out is how to make the math work even when things go wrong. So
I think it's safe to say that our community challenge broke Twitch and Amazon because we're just so popular, right? That's how it happened there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sticking with.
And to be honest, the way it might end up working is that we just have the community challenges be relatively easy. I would rather them, and this is me personally, I would rather them be a little bit on the easy side, so that way if something does go wrong again and we lose a couple of shows during the week so that people can donate for that challenge, it's still easy for us to make it to the end of that challenge. We came up with a good number for what we thought was going to work, and then it just wasn't. It probably still could have worked. Like, there's enough people with enough challenge points. The problem is everybody can only donate $2,000 per show, and that's not something we can control. Like, that's just the way that community challenges are set up. So that was my long-winded way of saying yes, more community challenges, no ETA, but sooner rather than later. And hey, if you have any suggestions, I'm willing to take them because we had a lot of fun doing those. Do you want to grab the next couple of questions while I look into funness in the back end?
Sure. Kiwi Mischief has a question. So I noticed that last night when I was setting up event runs, that when I put familiars on heroes and then switch parties, came back and half my familiars were missing from the screen. Is this a known bug or should I open a ticket? I didn't ticket that one. That one's a bit weird. I don't think I've heard of that one. If they disappeared like that, that's super odd.
And for those of you who are new, who are wondering about opening up a ticket, the easiest way, the best way, when you're in your game like this, come down here to the support little question mark, click on that. It's going to open up this window saying, hey, support will open up a new browser tab. You'll say, okay, I'm going to say cancel. It'll literally open up a new browser tab where you'll put in some basic information about what's going on and who you are. And that way support can not only get details about what you are telling them about, but they'll know what game instance you're talking about. And so it's a little easier for them to track down information.
We save a snapshot at that moment when you create the ticket. So it's super helpful.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Wandering Breath has a question. Has there been changes to the implementation of loot log? It seems to unreliably record the drops from chests now. I've not heard of any changes that I'm aware of. So that's another ticket. A ticket count.
There we go.
Zhou question. How far should one push in these events to get the most chests for the characters? Only ending after completing area 50, you'll get a chest. And going any further doesn't provide any other chests or anything like that, or any more than that. So ending at 50 and restarting is your most optimal way to get chests. I probably am sounding a little echoey or tinny because one, I'm home right now. This is my home office, and I have just like this Blue Yeti Snowball, so it's not the best mic in the world, but I am working on getting that fixed. I ordered a new a soundboard that I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get an actual good XLR mic. So
yeah,
I should be getting that soon.
The snowballs are really not bad. They're just not as high quality, but for the price, they're really good.
Yeah, it's like $40, right? So
yeah, and for $40, you're getting a pretty high quality mic.
It's better raised. Is this better?
Yeah. So here you go. I'm gonna be that audio person who's gonna give you the really general. This is for both everybody at home and also for Sean. In general, if you are trying to get better audio, especially out of a microphone that is maybe good but not amazing, like the snowballs. Snowballs are solid microphones for like $40. You're not having to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. Closer
to face, drop down gain. You do those two things, chances are you're going to get better audio, because what happens usually when you're hearing this, like I'm hearing tinniness or I'm hearing an echo or I'm hearing something, it's the microphone is picking up too much other stuff. And so closer, and this is not for every mic, but in general, if you're hearing that kind of stuff, drop your gain a little bit, get a little closer to the microphone.
Get a little closer to the mic.
That might be a little too close. So just
kiss the mic. Right?
Yeah, this is not an ASMR stream. Let's not go there. Yeah. So a little bit further, right, like maybe another inch away from your face, and then we'll give that a try. But
that was not too close. Yeah.
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 Well, because if you do go too close, then
Yeah.
that's peaking problems, especially when we get super excited. So, but this is not the community Q&A for audio questions.
Yeah.
We did have a couple of people in chat who made some suggestions. What? Okay.
Just some of the people. Mike Love is 11. We'll take what we can get. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen.
And that was for you guys.
And now this is Community Q&A and PR edition. Welcome to Untitled Champions. We're currently going through Rust on the Harbor's free play in order to be able to get as many chests as possible. We're gonna put our entire community to sleep. A couple people in chat had some community challenge suggestions, which are good. I like all of these. A couple of things that I just want to address real quick because it'll help. So Trontonian said, suggestion, if you want to get more channel points used per stream, you can always take a small break in each show, i.e. restart the stream, so reset the channel point donations. That's true. The problem then becomes there's other alerts that go out that could actually be more annoying. So like if you follow the channel, which we highly recommend, please follow our channel. What happens is every time you turn the channel off and back on again, everybody gets those alerts again, which could be annoying. Also, we do try to save the VODs, and now having, like, for this show, we're a 2-hour show, having 2 1-hour VODs to try to stitch together is a pain in the patootie. So
just imagining Todd being like, this stupid Q&A, like we're 2 VODs and trying to stitch it all together for YouTube.
Exactly. Also, for some shows, like this show, it wouldn't be that big of a deal in order to take a break. But for some shows, like Bardic Inspiration, there's not like a natural breaking point at the hour mark. Often, they kind of get on a roll with things. You don't want to stop. So it's not that it's a bad idea. It's just I think the consequences of that idea would be worse than you can't do more challenge points. And Loki Grommel said, Mars and Gar community challenge to get them on Bardic Inspiration, where we would succeed to get a Bardic Inspiration, we get Mars and Gar chests. I mean, that there's a lot that we have to do there first before Mars and Garwar get on. There's a lot. That's a lot to do. But yes.
It's a big ask for sure.
Yeah, that's more going on there, more people. Also, I noticed, let me go grab that one.
Garwar would need to be in his brig, like, ascendant brig outfit. With the gold, the hat.
I would like to see Gar Brig and Jason Charles Miller Brig at the same time. Yeah. That'd be cool. And then,
I know you have it ready, Garwar. I know.
Yeah. And then Wandering Briff said, 4 of the 5 people in my trials group were unaware of the community challenge until I mentioned it, so perhaps the initial announcement could be pushed a bit harder. That's also not a bad idea. I think once we start doing community challenges on a regular basis, people will see the in-game alert and know, oh, I'm not just going to go for a chest. I'll have a chance to participate in one of these community challenges. Yeah. But I like the idea of including somewhere in that alert about the community challenge, so I can make a note of that. Okay, thank you.
I was just saying that. It's like, community challenge, come visit us to donate. And then from there, right?
Yeah. And then also Dance Lover, idea reruns instead of live shows. People can at least donate for community challenges. That's also an idea, and we do rebroadcasts of a bunch of our shows. We got
a fair amount of rebroadcasts, don't we? Throughout the week? I guess a couple.
We have 2 that are scheduled on a regular basis, and then others come up. That's not a bad idea for the future when stuff gets canceled, to have a rebroadcast in the back pocket.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to... I think that's probably the way to do it, is a rebroadcast on standby in case things go wrong, so that there is at least something going on. But we don't want to flood the channel with rebroadcasts. But I like that idea. I will be making notes. Okay, thank you.
Notes. All right, maybe a vampire has a question. I have about E30 favor in Avernus and Icewind Dale and doing runs in the Zaka farms. Doing runs don't seem to bring me much progress. Something like 0.5 E30 increase, something less than 10%. How do I get that E42 favor? Ooh, conversions are going to be really helpful. I think at that point, trying to find, it could just be like an issue of like power level at that point. Like, you could try click debuff. I am talking the direction of my mic. It's right here.
I'm talking to it.
Listen. There's only so much we could do with a Blue
Yeah.
Yeti, okay? Like, it's a solid mic, but it's not the several $100 mic. So, like,
I'm trying my best, Doorbell.
give Sean a little bit of slack here. You sound fine, Sean.
Thank you.
But
I will be better later on because I'll be in the office.
there
so
you
don't
go.
worry.
But I would say still just pull it away just a little bit.
Oh, sorry. All right.
There we go.
There we go. Good.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Okay. There we go. We're getting it. We're getting
Yeah,
it.
that sweet spot is always hard to find.
Yeah, I understand. I will chill. Thank you, Doorbell. Yeah, I think a lot of it's gonna be just like power gain. So like doing your trials, go find me for Sean. So I'm like, thanks. Like doing trials, like getting the legendary bonuses on the champions you're using quite a bit, and just finding that sweet spot of like getting the power you need. Right, item levels, using blackfield contracts, and then yeah, those are gonna be your best bet. You can try the click debuff as well. That's also a good strategy for kind of getting further and further into an adventure to get more favor. So yeah, I think those are some good options.
I'm also just checking to make sure that the closed captionings are on, and they should be on and working. So that's also an option if you need to turn down the audio, or if you're really upset at our audio, which you shouldn't be because it's fine. But if you are, we've also got the closed captioning up. If you just hover your mouse over the screen, you should be able to turn them on and adjust them a little bit. They're also available on mobile.
Ooh. Jester has a question that says, I know I should ask on the dev stream, but I just want to know if the console portraits reflect champion skins that you are using. The console portraits don't reflect the skin, just the kind of the base model ones.
Yeah, because the console portraits are the face-forward ones, and that's like a specific art piece. Well, I was just looking because I'm like, who do I have that's in Havilar. But Havilar, this is not the console portraits. This is the regular, which regular I guess
old portraits,
pull from a different art asset, so they work.
Yeah, it's a different art asset. So that's the in-game model we use, not the portrait.
That's also why I got a Linger with the pirate hat. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And I think your Keelik too is they are like I don't remember what that skin's called, but I love it.
Oh,
yeah. I'm going to say Artificer? That's not it.
Oh,
the Seer of Eris.
Yeah. Okay, I personally love both of these skins, and I do think the Hadar Quillic.
Oh, it's cool, yeah.
It's super cool looking, but he does look evil.
Oh, 100%.
Like, as badass as those metallic wings are, like, I kind of wish I could get the metallic wings without all the tentacles. But, like, it is super neat skin. But yeah, I've got this.
It does give off, like, a warlocky vibe, so.
It gives off evil. Like, warlock does not equal evil.
That's fair.
But that skin equals evil, but it's still super, it's super cool looking. But yeah, if you do want to see the skin that is reflected on your current champion, then you'll want to switch over to the regular portraits instead of the face on staring at you and judging you console portraits.
That's it. Morton has a suggestion. I've noticed in some events it's hard to distinguish between silver and gold chests by color alone due to the use of gold yellow as a base color scheme. It's particularly significant with Rust. I don't have any chests to check right now.
I do. Because I've been doing the grinding. Oh, that's Talon. All right, so here's silver Rust. Here is gold. Okay.
Yeah, they are pretty similar.
They're close. This is more of a bronze.
Yeah.
And this is it's the shininess. Next to each other, it's very obvious.
Is the silver chest is also like a little bit smaller than the gold chest?
Yes.
Weird.
But
that's always the case.
Yeah, because like here's the gold and here's the silver Talon. Yeah. Definitely, Rust is a little bit closer in color scheme, whereas here's silver, gold, Talon kind of thing. And for those of you who are asking, it's not that I'm hoarding chests. It's just I have my parties going through getting chests, and I just every once in a while check in, and I haven't had the chance yet. But yeah, I do love this art. You know what also makes it a little more obvious? The gilding along the side. So you can see the little handle, I guess, on the side. That's very clearly silver. But I do totally get it's not as obvious.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't have any of one or the other, it wouldn't be as obvious. That being said, as you've probably seen, just by hovering your mouse over it, it'll tell you what it is. So it is a good point, but if that helps, hopefully that makes things easier.
Yeah. Any chance, so Frowning Fish has a question, any chance of a humanoid shapeshifter skin for nerds so I can pretend they're not a bucket of sweets on wheels? But that's way better than just being 3 humans in a minecart.
I mean, I'm not going to say it's better, but I kind of like it. I kind of like the idea. I kind of like the idea of just like, it couldn't be 3 humans. Well, okay, wait. If it's 3 humans, then you can make a whole bunch of movie references. But I also kind of like all 6 nerds being like 6 kobolds, and then they all are jumping in and out of the, and then they're all the different colors of kobolds. Like,
that would be pretty cool.
That'd be fun. Yeah. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
but
3 humans in a minecart, new human skin. Yeah, I like it.
3 humans in a minecart, and then it's 9. Well, wait, because there's 6 nerds. So if it would have to be 6 humans, so that's 18 kobolds. I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, each one is a human. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that coding would be out of control.
Yes, there's a dev somewhere who's just like,
stop. Yeah. Just stop. The math works. Yeah. Lord Kirby 103 the questions. I only find out how good scientific notation, narrow bench boxes, and disable contra ports are from watching streams. Are there any other helpful game settings that aren't on by default? Actually, I learned one today. Is the upgrade notifications.
Right here?
So if you don't like you hit the button to upgrade someone and the little pop-up bubble comes up, you can disable that, and then they don't show up anymore.
Ooh.
So it gets rid of kind of like the screen clutter if you like it. I didn't know we added that. Apparently we did before the what's the word I'm looking for? The vacation, the time away, the office closure. That's the word.
The holiday?
Holiday, that's the one.
I didn't know about that until just now. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Both Trevor and I were like, what? That's a thing? Just... So thank you, Emerus, for telling us that in the Reddit Q&A.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So while we're here in this settings screen, let's do a quick who'sy, whatsy, where'sy, why, and how. Yeah. So obviously I've got a lot of stuff set up in my settings, not just so that it's not making any noise, but there's not a lot of flashing going on, both because I prefer it that way, but also it's my game that's being displayed right now, and we're trying to be nice to people who have issues with flashing lights. So I've got all of my music and FX off. I have it muted. I do not tell it to play sounds in the background. I don't have the familiars making noises. I have the base DPS displayed. Do you prefer base or average?
I have it on base DPS for the display, and then this effect description always on advanced.
Yeah.
That way you can see the stack amounts and kind of the math behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot more helpful.
Yep. I've got scientific notation. Disable F1 to F12 leveling. I actually am not sure what that is.
You can use the F key at the top of your keyboard to level up your champions.
Oh, that's why I don't hotkey. I don't have the gamepad UI on. We just talked about upgrade notifications. I skip a bunch of stuff because I've been playing this game for a while, and I have to say, 90% of the time, this is great that the cinematic speed is instant. I can skip the cinematics. And then every once in a while, I play like one of the new adventure variants that came out, and I'm just like, wait, story! Wait, story!
Come back, yeah.
So I'm constantly having to read back up on the story that I missed.
Yeah. The journal is great for that.
Journal is lifesaver. I always like to show the formation circles. I guess there's some people who probably that might be too much clutter. Obviously, I want
new event, new formation, no circles.
Yeah, no circles. You don't know anything.
Figure it out yourself.
Yeah. I like offline progress, so I've got that on. Razer support is a specific.
That's before my time. I think that was something to do with like the actual like Razer keyboard and stuff that you could get some setup to go with. I don't know.
Yeah. Narrow bench boxes is what we were talking about. If you want to be able to see all 12 bench boxes in one screen, it makes everything a little narrower. So everything might be a little squished, but then you can see everybody. console UI portraits are what we were talking about whether you're seeing the head on or the sideways. Resolution settings, your mileage will vary. I'm not going to get into those. I have a medium amount of particle effects. I want to know when stuff is happening, but I don't want fireworks everywhere. I got 30 FPS.
Potato, yes.
Yeah, the potato. The potato. Well, you know what? Because
anything 30 and below is a potato, as per David.
Hey, listen. I am the player who is the set it and forget it. And so I'm not actively watching all of the time. And thus, if the graphics are not the most beautiful, it's okay. Excuse me. I actually don't reduce the frame rate when in the background because at least on my computer, I found when I did that and then I would switch back and forth, it would, oh, jeez, it would jitter for a moment. It didn't want to do that. And then I've got a whole bunch of stuff disabled because once again, streaming.
Yeah. I like having the flashing and lighting effects off too because it's very, it helps with the kind of the stuff with the familiars and clicking too much on screen.
Yeah.
So.
It's gorgeous. And certainly there's some times where you might want it on, not just because it's super cool to look at, but what I do miss about that is I like being able to watch the familiars do their attack animations, which you don't get to see often, especially when they're on the field like this. But yeah, for my purposes, when I'm streaming and also because I have this on in the background a lot of time, I like to be able to not have stuff flashing at me all the time. So
yeah, that's true.
That is kind of the TLDR.
TLDR settings.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a better way to impart all of that stuff to people. Like,
I don't think there's a good way. I mean, it's just about exploring the settings and figuring out what works best for your setup.
You know what I might suggest, and I've seen this before. This isn't something I came up with. I'm pretty sure somebody like in the Discord did. Mm-hmm. If there was descriptions of what these are, like there were a couple of these, and we're like, so what does that do? If you could hover over it and get a description of what it does, or if there was like a couple of places have the little question mark. I wonder if that's a thing. I wonder if that's a thing that can happen.
Yeah, we could probably add pop-ups there or something.
Yeah.
Kind of neat. Mantis 5005 has a suggestion: put the champion's name in the achievements / loot descriptions or feats, so we easily know who to concentrate on or where a feat landed. Well, luckily the feats do come with the little icon of the champion. I'm pretty sure, so that should be a bit more helpful for that. Although the descriptions are supposed to give like flavor text of the equipment for the champion, so it might be a bit difficult to put like the champion name in that. And achievements are, like the name could probably be somewhere in the actual title of it, although it is supposed to be some sort of like witty, like cool term for the achievement.
It is supposed to be something champion related.
Yeah. Okay. Trontonian has a question. Says, where is that Seer of Erwis Keelix skin from? It's not listed in his skins on my game as most other champion skins are. So I did already look this up. It is from a weekend promo in June. That was of last year, of 2021.
Yeah, I was about to say, I've had this for a while, so it wasn't just June.
It's been returned to WoW offers, so it should show up there eventually for you.
Yeah, I mean, we're at that point in where this game is how many years old now? 5?
Yeah, we're on year 5, right? So
yeah, we're on year 5. So there's stuff from many, 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 many years ago that I've just forgotten. I mean, that Quillix skin is not that old, but on a regular basis, I'll pull up my familiars, and there's somebody who's just like, "Where did you get that familiar from?" I'm like, I've had this gift wrapped mimic for forever. Because this was the first anniversary event. Because I've been around for a while. So.
Yeah. Quint Squad has read the question about the silver versus gold chests. I think it's when you finish the free play that you don't think you can hover over the chest then. I guess when you finish the free play, you'll get the little icon. And at that point, it might be a bit difficult to.
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm going to interrupt you because we just got the alert in game for we are still doing questions for community Q&A. Welcome all the new people coming on in from the game. If you are new and you do have any questions about the game, about anything else, although we're trying to prioritize game questions before we get to some of the more fun questions, go ahead and put those in chat so our lovely moderators, Martin and Mars, can go ahead and grab those and place those into our backstage chat so that we don't miss them. Also, grab yourself a chest code, which is over there, and say hi. Yeah, say hi in chat. Welcome to the new year. Also, let me get rid of that. Yeah. All right, back to questions. Why don't we do one or two more of the serious questions, then we'll do some more of the fun questions.
Yeah. Jess Arrow has a serious question. Are we getting the 2022 hidden combinations? That's a secret. It's a possibility. It's being worked on. So these things take time. We've only been back in the office 2 weeks now? Not even. This is the second week. I'm not even full 2 weeks in yet.
But people want to start looking.
But I want it now. Yeah.
People want to start trying stuff out. Come on. Yeah.
Look, you'll get it. You'll get it eventually. Don't worry.
All right, one more question from the serious list, and then I'm going to grab a couple of the fun list.
Sounds good. I'm here to watch TV. Has a question. Says, how many familiars do I need on board to auto-click the animals that run flyby on the screen? So you need 6 familiars to click distractions, 5 to automatically pick up bags of gems, and 3 to pick up anything on the ground.
There you go.
Yeah, and just because Daniel, we're going to bring this one up too because they're asking about the hidden combos. So in previous years, we released a list of usually
was it 10?
10 or 12 combinations that are for specific champions that are just hidden, and we'll give you a hint every now and then, but they're all champion related in some way. So it might be for Varconia, it could be what is her ability called, Cleric Ashar kind of thing, but things like that. So they're all completely hidden. We'll give hints throughout the year, but chat makes good work of them usually in the first month or two, and they usually get about 3/4. Then they get stuck, and then they beg for help. So.
and then, especially when Dylan was still doing Idle Insights, Dylan would often drop the most obscure hint. But that was back in my day. That was also back in the day when Idle Insights was it for streams. Yeah. So now there's a plethora. I don't know. Will we even announce when the hidden chess codes happen? I think the whole idea of the hidden chess codes are they're hidden.
Yeah, I think we did announce them. We put out a list of question marks. It's here's your code list, and it's not. Then you'll know how many are 12, how many are 16.
Yeah, usually when they're guessed and they end up on Reddit is usually when someone will update that list and be like, yes, we found this one.
There's usually a master thread somewhere of someone who keeps here's the whole list, and then they update as they go along. So
yeah,
it's a fun extra community challenge kind of thing. So
they're hidden all over the place. Definitely join the Reddit and the Discord if you want to help find those, because that's where a lot of people are constantly helping each other out and going, I tried this list of giant numbers and codes and combinations. So
yeah, we want to tell people when they come out, because a lot of times people will think of an idea of a code, and then put that in and go, oh, that was wrong. But if it's not out yet, people will think that one's already not going to be used, so they'll ignore it, and then it'll get lost. So
yeah,
either we've released the hidden codes, now you can start trying.
Okay, couple fun questions, and we'll go back to the serious questions. Doorbell Streams wants to know what's for lunch.
I got McDonald's. It's kind of sitting off the side right now. So.
Ooh, cold McDonald's. Ugh.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
I have leftover rice and salmon from last night that I'll probably be digging into.
Ooh.
Garwar specifically asked this to you, but I have thoughts as well, because I am also a fan of Critical Role. Garwar asks, Sean, thoughts on the Critical Role animated Red Band trailer that released this week?
Oh,
and I'm just,
God.
Yeah, it's good. It's so good.
So I love it. Let me just fix my my beanie here. No biggie.
It's so good. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, there's both the Red Band trailer, which includes all the swearing, and the slightly more safe for work version, which has captions. Both of them have captions, I think. Definitely go check it out. Even if you're not a Critical Role fan, I suggest checking it out because if you're a fan of this game, chances are you at least like TTRPG stuff and
or fantasy in general.
Yeah, and so far this looks really good, and I have a lot of hope that it's going to be really good because it has been made by people who have such a huge love for TTRPGs and D&D and fantasy in the industry. So definitely check it out.
My one concern is that they're going to go too much horsing around and not enough like in-depth storytelling. That's my one little they're really playing up the swearing and the blood and gore and all the kind of the shenanigans that Vox Machina does on a daily basis, which is great. But I hope that doesn't detract from the actually seriously amazing story they tell.
Yeah.
And that is my little concern. But I know I'm gonna love it regardless. But I feel like it's like could it be? I don't want to leave it like, well, that could have been a bit better.
I can see why you would have that concern. I don't, mostly because one of the things I always liked specifically about Critical Role and what is going into the animated series, just from especially that Red Band trailer, is how not classically we're all in British accents and going to be super serious Lord of the Rings. Like, there are a couple of characters who are in that accent, but like the fact that there's like Scanlan who is like singing and being obnoxious and dropping F-bombs.
The big B's hand, the big middle finger that comes up. Oh, amazing.
Exactly. I think they are leaning into that in the trailer because especially in it's not anime, but in that kind of style of animation, especially with fantasy, I think we see a lot more of the serious stuff. And so that's a good way to distinguish it. Knowing not just some of the stories that they're telling, but the way they've told stories in D&D over the last couple of years, I have no doubt that what we're seeing are these ridiculous icebreaker moments in between some really intense, deep, very... I mean, I don't want to spoil anything because I did watch Campaign 1. I know you did too. But those of us who backed the Kickstarter have an idea of some of the story they're telling.
Yeah.
That's serious face story. That is not...
Oh, that is... It's super intense. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah. And
they picked a great arc to...
For sure.
To show off, yeah.
For sure. And it's an arc that has... ramifications for all of the characters, even though it might focus on one. But yes, 100% super serious. And so I think this trailer is just to help distinguish it from other serious face animated fantasy type shows. Yeah. And then that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm really impressed with the animation style of it too. Looks like they've got this like nice blend of almost like American cartoon, but like heavily inspired by anime. Which is like it fits my alley just so well.
Yeah.
Like I'm so excited.
And considering the fact that these are a bunch of nerdy ass voice actors, like are we really surprised? Yeah.
Yeah. And all of them have voiced in anime before too, so I don't know how I think I might be sick on the 28th. We'll see. You know, feeling like I'm coming down with a bit of a cold on the 28th.
I mean, Sean, considering who we work for, you could is anyone like, hey, just tell us, just say.
I know. I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming 20th. We're gonna what? I'm actually kind of happy they're not doing like a full like here's everything all at once. Mm-hmm. Although I kind of wish I could binge it all. I do like the 3 episodes a week. I think that's like 1 is too little. I think 3 is a perfect amount. Nathalis, we're talking about the new Critical Role, The Legend of Vox Machina.
Yes, but if you do have other questions, or if you do have questions about the game, put them in chat with question. We're just taking a break from the serious questions to do a little bit more of the less serious.
It's a little bit of gushing.
Yeah. As someone who has learned in the last couple of years that she does not like binging at all. In fact, binging, I learned it back with Stranger Things season 2.
Okay.
Binging makes me not want to watch the rest of the episodes, no matter how good they are. I get burnt out, and it's with everything. It is with TV shows, movies. Like, I'm not the person who can do a movie marathon. Or I can, but by the third movie, I'm like doing other things. I can't. So the fact that like Disney Plus and Amazon and places have moved back to a model of we're going to release these shows one at a time has been amazing, because I am more likely to catch up if they've been released one at a time and I only have one or two to catch up on and then keep up with stuff than I am to do the, hey, all of this season of this show just dropped on Friday. We're going to spend Saturday and watch it. And my instinct is to nope out of that. So
That's fair, yeah.
I am super excited. Two more quick fun things, and we'll go back to the more serious. Keg Volmorafi said, I've been supported by Sean before, not Taylor yet, but I'm sure they're great. And although it was a silly question, Sean was so thoughtful and cool. I love everything I learned about C&E so far. Aw, Sean Love.
Well, thank you so much.
Sean Love.
I do my best.
And JDog27.
Taylor's okay.
Taylor is also awesome.
He's so good, yeah.
Yeah. We're just happy. I mean, Taylor is not just awesome, but Sean has deserved backup for as long as I have worked at C&E, because Sean was it. And
so nice.
And it wasn't that, like, if it took a while for you to get a response on your support ticket, it wasn't because Sean wasn't working his little butt off. It was because there was only Sean. And so the fact that Sean has support now from Taylor and the two of them are working together and are awesome is the best.
Yeah, it's nice too, because Taylor and I used to work together at a separate job too, kind of almost doing the same thing on a different scale. So we already have a really good like work ethic together, which is really, really nice. Apparently
that's the way C&E works, because Todd and I used to do the same thing at a different company together. Yeah, and now we're
pairs. It's the best way to do it.
I mean, I'm not the community manager anymore here, because we have our new amazing Trevor doing community management. But yeah, you know, it's just this is just a nice place to work.
Yeah. There's no way I could do the amount of streams I do now if I was still the only support person.
Yeah, 100%.
There's no way.
And JDog2773 wants to know about tea or breakfast. I currently have, it's not actually tea. I have water with some of that flavoring additive in black cherry. Sorry, I almost said blackberry sage. Black cherry. It's got a little bit of the caffeine in it because, caffeine.
I just have a glass of water. That's all.
I enjoy having a little bit of flavoring in the water. This sounds weird, but I can only drink so much water, but if it's got flavoring.
It's true,
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to more serious space questions.
Oh my god, we got so many more. we did this one. Do that. Mike Heave has a question. Says, is there a way to make enemy HP show all the time and not just when you hover over it? I don't think there is, unfortunately. You just have to hover over it, which can be difficult if the game is going very, very fast and people are dying very, very fast. So.
Yeah, like I got going on here. It's like, no, wait,
What's how much damage am I? Yeah.
Here, let me.
I guess to be fair, it doesn't really matter until you hit your wall. Then you're trying to find like the differential you need to get.
Yeah, they're just dying too fast.
Yeah.
Dying too fast. I'm too powerful. with my not the most optimized formation, but you know, I'm working on it.
Yeah. Morden71 is asking, any chance we can get an auto start function for the Trials Mount T-Mat once a full party of 5 is made? That's a definite possibility. Gonna meet. I think once everybody's selected their champion to send off, it'd be pretty good. Sway 30 Easy says, hi, as a new player who just hit 10,000 gems, congratulations.
Hey!
What should I prioritize spending them on? The Mage Hand Familiar, for sure. First off, if you don't already have it. I don't think there's a 10,000 gem familiar. It'd be cool if there were. I don't think there is, though. I think it's a bit more expensive than that.
But yeah, familiars are always a good option.
Oh, the Pixie, yeah. So you can drop all 10,000 on the Pixie familiar. Or chests. So I would say probably a bunch of gold chests would be the way to go.
I would also suggest, so we're definitely both suggesting familiars. I would also suggest, and I just put it in chat, come to our Discord. And I know this is like a drinking game now, but it's fine. Drink your tea. Discord.gg/idlechampions. Because oftentimes that kind of question, you might get better answers after the people that you're asking find out a bit more information. For example, do you still have champions, especially core champions, that are missing gear or have very low gear? And so silver chests might actually be a good thing for you to buy. There might be other things out there that people are going to suggest, depending on what champions you have or what's going on, that people say, actually, after you buy this and this, go ahead and save your gems for this thing. So we highly recommend familiars. Familiars are always useful, especially as you get further along in the game. But after that, talk to a couple people and see. You know, they may need to know a little bit more about what kind of champions you have, what your goals are, and that could help people direct you in a direction that will help. And you know what? You will always be earning more gems. So there's not really you can't really make a mistake because you're just going to earn those gems back.
Yeah. Would highly recommend the gems visual aid.
Yes.
Which I think somebody posted the visual aid pack on Imager. There's a bunch of really, really handy stuff in there. But the visual aid the gems visual aid will be super helpful for that question. All right. Shivek74. Question. Settings. Does low-high frame rate have any effect on progress? Like on actual game progress? Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how it would affect progress, but some things might get missed or not work properly because you're on a lower frame rate. So a lot of champion attacks are tied to frame rate. So the lower it gets, the more odd things will probably be. So
true, but I think those are going to be edge cases. They're going to come up when you're actively playing, and chances are if you're actively playing like that, you're probably not at too low of a frame rate. But if we're wrong about that, definitely let us know. Definitely drop a support ticket or something, because that would be weird.
Yeah. Scarlet Adept has a question. It says, do ultimate attacks function when offline and in the background party? And yes, they do. As long as you have a familiar roaming the ult bar or on the actual ultimate themselves, it will trigger the ultimate.
Yep, just like I got my little frog.
Little frog. The Wordsworth? The toad, right? I think he's a toad, not a frog.
Actually, I think you're right. Let's
specifically, he's a toad.
There we go. The toad. Yes. Yeah. Wordsworth the toad.
He's a toad familiar.
It's a super. I know.
Yeah. Hi, welcome to Actually. Yeah.
Welcome to Community Actually.
Yeah. I love that show. Honda Hero 21s, when you get an upgrade card, the description of the card at the bottom doesn't show. If, for instance, I get an epic on epic, I have to go to character just to see what I got a good increase to. Can you show the description? Oh, like the amount of item levels you get?
So here.
Sounds like it, yeah.
My Xeraphon is not incredibly leveled up, but that shiny level, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So I think it'd be like when you open a duplicate for Xeraphon, it would just say duplicate and not show anything else. I don't think.
I think you're right. You know what?
Yeah, just open a gold chest.
Well, let me open some silver chests for Talon first, and I'll open a bunch of Talon. All right,
so it shows the effect increased by X%.
But it doesn't show. Yeah, and then
show item level.
It shows the original item level down here, but that's super tiny. That is super tiny. All right, and then here, let me do, and it doesn't show it in here either.
Yeah, so it just shows the effect increase percentage, not the actual.
Did I just
not the item level?
Yeah, and then I would assume the same for any.
Yeah, it'd be the same for any chest. Yeah.
Here,
and then it'll land on a duplicate or whatever. So, yeah.
Yep. So tiny. So you can at least see what you originally had and what was leveling up. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. This just became an unboxing stream officially. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, most Out Champion streams turn into that anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I have a ton of chests I have to open. I did a bunch of farming during the Artemis event, and I think I got some 300 plus chests for Artemis.
Wow.
That I still have to open and deal with.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good about keeping on top of opening these up, but like I said, the way that I usually play, and it's happening here in where my main job right now is running the stream and answering questions and everything. So I'm not like actively playing. And so it just runs and runs and runs. And every once in a while, I'm just like, let's check in on everybody. How are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a bunch of chess. Okay.
Yeah.
So
They meant not the item level, but just what the actual effect is. Oh, okay, that makes sense. To show like Cleric Ashar increased by 2%. So
yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's we can definitely pass that along.
Yeah, well, and I think both of those are good things to pass along. Because I could see where that would be useful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My Keeb has a question: what is the best way to gear up my champions? That's a big question.
Time gates.
Yeah. So if you're any event champions that aren't in rotation anymore, like Zorbu, for example, time gates is going to be your best way to gear them up. And just running that every 100 unique areas you get in a time gate, you get a silver chest. And there is a blessing now. I think that. Wait.
Yeah, it's not blessing. It's a patron perk. Oh.
Okay.
Nope. And of course I clicked on blessing because I think it's Mert. I think it's a Mert perk. Silvery gates. Time gates.
Okay.
Time gate silver chest drop have a 26% chance of being doubled because I've been leveling this up. So
I had a moment of panic where I didn't know if that had been released yet, and I was like, I remember reading this, and I was gonna say it. I was like, oh no.
yeah. The fun thing about this is a lot of so I had all the Mert perks from the patron challenges, and then the new tiers came out, and I was originally not gonna focus on Mert for a while. I was gonna focus on the other ones because my gold find is pretty darn good. Mm-hmm. And then I saw that. And
you gotta
I'm
go
like,
for that one.
I gotta. So I was doing some hardcore Mert perk grinding, but then that had to go away so that I could work on Rust and Talon and my Trials of Mount Tiamat. So there's only so many things I can do at a time.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, just like if you're running gem farms on the Mad Wizard or Cursed Farmer to get a bunch of gems, and then obviously earn chests while you're playing is a good way to go about it. Then spending those gems on chests, and then going from there.
But yeah, time gates.
Yeah, time gates are really, really good. In between every event, there's a free time gate, so you'll always have a chance to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Danimal Roar. Are we ever going to see any of the main cast Critical Role characters in Isle Champions?
I mean, Critical Role, they're really busy. They're super duper busy. So, I think for now you're just gonna have to enjoy that we got Spurt.
Yeah, and technically Archon, because he was in campaign 1.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
I would, as one of the biggest Critical Role fans, I would love to see that in the game. But we can maybe one day. Fingers crossed.
And we are always interested in, and not just Critical Role, but any of the streamed shows that are out there that you are a fan of. Definitely let us know. Let us know if there is a show that you really like, that you really enjoy, that are good people, that, hey, I would love to see these characters in there, because we're always looking for suggestions. We can't always get everybody's suggestions for champions on into the game, but we're, even if all that happens is you get to gush about your favorite TTRPG D&D 5th edition streamer show so that other people hear about it, let us know. Let everybody know.
Yeah, exactly. Drust00 has a question. What is the fastest way to get caught up on the main story of Allied Champions of the Forgotten Realms?
Garwar has a guide for that.
Does he?
Yes, he's got a guide that's like...
A story guide?
I don't know if it's a story guide, but it is, hey, you're new to the game. Here's how to unlock a lot of the stuff really quickly. I know. Here's how to unlock a lot of stuff really quickly, which is how you get caught up on the story. I will say a lot of the story is in the campaigns. And so it is just playing through all of the different campaigns. That's the main way. Mainline the story missions in each of the campaigns, and that's how you'll do it. But yeah, if you're looking for kind of a quicker way to unlock a lot of stuff so that you can read that story, I'm trying to remember. Garwar might actually be in chat and can say, but I seem to remember Garwar literally has a guide that is, hey, you've just started the game. Here's the order of operations to unlock a bunch of stuff for catching
Yeah.
up purposes. So
Yeah. Garwar is the Volobile champions. I love it.
I mean,
Um,
that is
yeah.
accurate. That is
Yeah.
super accurate.
Yeah. I mean, later, like if you held off on doing the story, what you could do is, if you get speed champions like Briv and Human, you can just rush to 50, because that's technically where most stories will end in that adventure, is on area 50, and then you go back and then read the journal, and then move from there.
Yeah. And the journal, for those of you who are wondering, if you come up to info, there's achievements, collections, and journal.
I think you can just hit J as a, sorry, J as a hotkey.
And if you're wondering about hotkeys, because I'm one of those people who never uses hotkeys, remember how I showed off the support button? Go a little bit lower. Look,
A little bit lower, yeah.
look, this tiny little H that's down here. Tiny little H. If you hover over the tiny H, it tells you all the hotkeys, which is ironic. But anyway, if you're ever wondering about hotkeys, but also for those of us who are just mouse necessary, there it is.
Yeah. Ryguy Salmon has a question asking, what are the hidden codes? The hidden codes are hidden. So they're codes that we put out generally in the beginning of the year that last until the end of the year. And we don't really give any information about them. We say, hey, there are 16 codes that have been created. There are X12 letter ones, X16 letter ones. Have fun. And then it's up to chat and the community to try and find what they are.
I mean, listen, I think people have been asking about these hidden codes long enough. I think I should just give away one. So one of these hidden codes is definitely... Did you get that? Okay.
Got
Have
it
fun.
all. Yeah. But yeah, so they're just like a special community challenge that goes throughout the year that players try to figure out. Yeah, Mike Mike Troubles.
I don't know what you're talking about. I saw my audio looked just fine here.
I saw it peeking out a little bit above yellow. It's good.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine. Also,
Yeah.
we're still, as it sounds, we're still waiting for the announcement that the codes are live. So don't be trying anything out until they're actually live.
Yeah, they take a bit to make because they are very difficult to come up with, to make it so you guys don't figure it all out in like a couple days. So
also there have been hidden codes now for multiple years, so even coming up with codes that we haven't come up with yet.
Oh yeah, oh my god. J-Dog actually in the Reddit Q&A, the first thing in the Reddit Q&A was him doing the exclamation mark code, and I just replied with, there is no code, but made it look like a code. And everyone was like, you tease. It was good.
There is no code.
There is no code.
These are not the codes you're looking for.
Yeah. I think they got them by late spring, early summer. I think is when all the.
Was it all of them, or I thought there was like one that made it to the fall? Because I seem to remember, this might have been a couple of years ago then, because I seem to remember most of them getting figured out, and then there being just one that hung around until way late in the year, to the point that Dylan was actually giving hints.
Yeah. I think it was around June. Yeah. Iron UK is asking, Peter helped me the other day. Can we see him on stream to say thanks? I will pass along the thanks because he is the lead developer on Isle Champion, so he is the busiest man in the world.
But thank you for saying the thanks here, because passing it along is always better. Plus, as much as we have 3 billion streams, not everyone who works for the company wants to be on stream. So, but thank you. It's always nice to hear the positives and to be able to pass that along.
Yeah. He does pop up on stream occasionally, but it's his comments are always usually about the back end of the game and the coding of the game and all that kind of stuff. So
when is the last time he's been on stream though? Like he shows up in the Discord way more often than on stream. He'll just kind of hi.
I think there was one maybe early last year or would have been in 2020.
Did he do something for Extra Life?
Probably. He's probably done something for Extra Life.
Yeah.
Did he actually? I don't think he did. I think he didn't. I think he stayed at home for that one.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I saw him in the office. He's very tall. He's hard to miss. So.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That was
I
my
don't
first time in the office and first time meeting a lot of you, and I'm short. So that doesn't necessarily help me because I'm like, everybody's taller than me.
Yeah,
But I'm used to that.
that's fair. Yeah.
Oh, hey, we got another alert from the game. If you are
hello.
joining us, we are halfway through the community Q&A. If you don't know what this is, we're a show where we answer questions from the community and give answers. It's in the title. It's great. We have a chess code, which is there. I am the content coordinator. Sean is below me. Hi, Sean. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Yeah, welcome from the game. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in chat because our amazing moderators and producers, Martin and Mars, will be grabbing those to put into a backstage chat that we have so that we don't miss anything. We're prioritizing game questions, but if you do have a less important or not game-related question, go ahead and ask because we'll be switching over to those periodically. And otherwise, stick around. We're here for another hour. After us is Idle Insights, where Todd is going to be interviewing Johnny, who is the content creator behind Rust on the Harbor. Also, the DM for Oxventure, which is awesome. And then after that is Dev Insights. Yes, Dev Insights. Sorry.
2 to 3. Yeah.
2 to 3. I had a moment. My brain blue screened on the schedule. Dev Insights. So if you have more questions for us about the game, come back for that because that's literally the developers of the game asking or answering your questions. And then after that, Sean, I believe you have a show again.
I'm back again for Formation Save, where we put your formation live on screen and help you through any hard variants. If you want to help pushing, if you're new to the game and go, how do I use these champions? What's what we do?
And it's a lot of fun.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
Me and Taylor.
Yeah. And then Black Dice Society comes back tonight and Critical Role. So like we're back.
Role.
The whole streaming day is all filled.
Yeah. Critical Role, let's go.
Yay. All right, back to questions.
Imperia is there a way to put the familiars randomly? They always come up in the same order when I click. There isn't, unfortunately. That is a quality life suggestion I've heard a couple times. Would be kind of neat because even you put it, you just click them on. It's like Mage Hand, Pixie, and then goes around. Gosh, Shadow's new enough streams around here. In the beginning of the week, it's very lackluster stream wise. I'm all like back end loaded.
Well,
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah,
Friday.
Monday is like I have a stream on Monday, and there's stuff that happens on Monday. There are streams, but a lot of us have a lot of meetings on Monday. It's a little more difficult to get into Monday.
Tuesday, really.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I think a lot of people are busy on Monday, so we don't always have as many people watching and following. But I would suggest I'll do the streamer thing for a moment, the like and subscribe kind of stuff.
You were gonna say something else there.
I know. I'm getting better at that. So, I mean, we do put alerts out in the game that you can click on, but I also do suggest follow the Twitch channel, so that when we go live, if you're either not at your game right at that moment, or maybe you're browsing Twitch and you want to see when we go live and get those alerts, that's usually a really good way to follow us, because our schedule is getting super filled. As much as Monday is still a little light, spoiler alert, stay tuned.
Ooh.
There's more shows getting added all the time.
More shows.
More shows.
Yeah, go ahead and smash that like button. Yeah.
I know, right? Smash that like, follow button, subscribe, do all the things, be all the people. Here's the thing.
Spend your Amazon Prime.
I would follow the channel. That's what I would ask. Follow the channel.
Yeah. What's up, fam? It's your boy Sean, back at it again with the community Q&A on board.
You're way too good at that.
I watch a lot of YouTube.
I mean, I do too, but oh my god. Oh my god.
I gotta dye my hair pink and like, what's up? Yeah.
Wow. I'm feeling both called out.
What?
Yes.
Called
yes. Well, because I'm a streamer. Although I've never done the whole "What's up, bitch girl, Lauren," that kind of thing. The Lurking Writer did actually put some even more information about Johnny Chiodini. They are going to be streaming tomorrow.
Chiodini?
Yes, Chiodini. Yeah, I thought I got close. I might have messed a little bit up that up. Johnny Chiodini.
Yeah.
They're going to be streaming tomorrow on their YouTube channel. It's 8 o'clock Pacific. for us. And they're going to be
AM? PM?
Yes, AM.
AM. Okay.
Mars is going to be doing an abbreviated show, 7 to 8 o'clock AM Pacific. And then Johnny's going to do their stream, and they're going to be playing Idle Champions, and most likely playing with their character Rust, who is awesome. I love when we can bring DM characters into the game, because it is not often that we can work with a whole group of people, and then also the DM, because often the DM is just kind of left sadly on the sidelines, looking and being like, hi. Yeah. Hi. So the fact that Johnny gets Rust in the game is super, super awesome. So definitely go and support them. And also stick around today, because they'll be on Idle Insights with Todd. And so you'll get to hear more about how Rust was created and Ox Ventures and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. This actually happened to Trevor and me today. We were talking before the Reddit Q&A. And I was like, yeah, when the next Bardic Inspiration happens, if they do Rust in the Harbor, they should just be based off of Smoke on the Water. So, Rust on the Harbor. And Trevor was like, I've been thinking that all week.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah. All right. Honda Hero has a question. What does the upgraded card skill increase? What skill or team damage? So each piece of equipment is targets a specific ability or all champion damage or something like that. When you get a duplicate, it provides a boost to that effect. So like usually like for most champions, like their first equipment is like all champion damage. So when you get or all champion or that specific champion, so when you get an extra level in that piece of equipment, they will buff the percentage down below in the bottom there by whatever it says, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And the higher rarity, the higher rarity the duplicate, the bigger the boost. So Epic will get a bigger boost than a common. Island Guy 666 has a question. Says 8 out of 10 champs now have a circle with a line across the level up button at level 508. Why is that? You have reached to the soft cap. I wonder if... So that is a spot where you have there are no more upgrades to buy. You've kind of maxed out the champion in terms of full on upgrades, like 100% damage boosts or boost their abilities. If you change your level up style from upgrade to like 1, 25, 10, 100, you can still level above that, but it'll only level up their DPS by like 1%. So the return on investment at that point is not very high. Yeah,
so I have come on over here to my Trials of Mount Tiamat adventure that's going on, where I just knew, because of where I am, that as you can see right now, it looks like I can't do anything else. For all these fun people, I gotta move to the times 10 or the times 1. And so now they're just doing these tiny little upgrades. But you know what? When you're trying to do a really hard Trials of Mount Tiamat, and you're well over the 600s, 700s, 800s, you need it. You need it. So
those little bits can help.
Mm-hmm.
I think like optimally that only one you'd want to do it on would be your main DPS champion, because at that once you're in like kind of hitting your wall, they're the only damage that really matters. So
yeah, but I'm just trying to get whatever I can.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
At this point, can I level someone up? Heck, give me click damage. I'll just level everything up. I don't care.
Click damage is good.
Yeah. We'll do this, and then I'll go back to the other thing in a moment. I didn't realize that I didn't have click damage going on.
Zhou Wang has a question. Says, any way to change the hotkeys? Unfortunately, no. Those are hard set. And leveling up does heal the party, so you could level up your tank a little bit while it's being attacked to help get through the area. K. Malsom is asking, are they embedded in the story or is it elsewhere? It wasn't here last year. Oh, the hidden codes? They're mostly champion related. I think they usually are champion related. So it'll be like in their bio, something about them, their ability, their attack name, things like that. Is there? I want to find the list of like the last year's.
Well, while you look for that list, I'll answer a couple of other questions. Kaz Kochi asks, when is the next Idle Champions Presents? Well, glad to know that you enjoyed the previous couple of Idle Champions Presents enough to be asking about another one. Like anything that we have coming out in the future, go ahead and keep an eye on our social medias and ask. But thanks for letting us know, because I'm assuming if you're asking about the next one, then you liked the previous ones, and the previous ones were awesome. They're all up on YouTube, so definitely go check out our YouTube channel. Here, let me put those in chat so that you can, because the more people that enjoy them, the more likely we're gonna get more. So, the Real Scary Norm was asking about unlocking different skins for click damage. It's been a while since we've released different click damage skins. I believe
the last one was like
the Snowball.
Was the 3rd anniversary event.
Yeah, but it's been a while. It's been a little while since we've released those. I don't know if there's any way to get any of those now, because
the green flame you can get through the code Karmic Mad Jig.
Ooh, look at that! Hey,
I answer that
that's your
all the
secret
time.
code for today.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Karmic Mad Jig, JIG at the end. Yeah,
there you go. And JDog2773 was asking, what is getting painted tomorrow? Yes, because Paint and Slay is back tomorrow. V and I are going to continue with the Green Dragon. The first 2 episodes of the Green Dragon are up on our YouTube page. If you would like to join us in Paint and Slay is literally where the 2 of us paint minis that are related to many of the monsters that are in Idle Champions. We'll show you where that monster is, and we've done some pretty cool stuff. We've done Myconids. We did a bodged together beholder that looks like the clown beholder, the clown Xanathar awesome. from the WoW Beyond the Witchlight campaign. But we're in the middle of a young green dragon. In fact, I might go grab mine. But you can find all of the previous episodes on YouTube. So if you'd like to catch up, you can. And if you would like to join us, the list of supplies is on our Discord. It is a very small list of supplies. We try to keep it really simple. It's just a couple brushes, some paint options, the mini, and then some other fairly easy things like paper plates and paper cups and some water and some paper towels and things like that. So come to our Discord and you can see what that list is. But while you catch up with other things, I'm going to grab that Green Dragon because it's like right there.
Ooh, nice. So I found the 2021 list. So as an example of some from last year were a code for Melf was just Melf.
Right.
Cridle had one that was Thief and Poet. We had one for a Strahd patron chests that were Barovia's Lord. Lucius's was the Daddy's Boy. Like, a lot of them are usually about like something about their background or their history or story or something about them. Like Omen was Timora Cleric. Freely is ex-Mind Flayer.
Yep.
So a lot of things like that. So if you know the champion and you know where they're from and you've watched their shows, it'll probably be a bit more easier to be I can come up with these other things. And then every once in a while we'll give hints. I think last year we actually gave like a hint, like picture. It was kind of nice. So, but we'll see. It's so pretty.
So it's not done yet, but this is where we are with the Green Dragon. We did we did a wash to start off with, so that because this was obviously a primed mini that used to be white. And we haven't actually painted much of this yet. What you're seeing is we did this wash to help the highlights come out because it's got all this nice detail. But yeah, we've been doing, as is obvious, it's a green dragon, lots of green. So it's been a lot of the several different tones of green along the legs, along the wings, stuff like that. I'm not exactly sure what's going to be coming up next because V is the expert on that, and V is the master and I am the Padawan. We also were working on the base, which I don't have easier access to, but there's a whole base. The reason this dragon looks a little weird with its flight is the base actually goes in right here and it sits like it's doing a strafing maneuver, which is super cool. So it kind of sits like this. So we've got some more of the green to do. We've got some more of the highlighting on the green. We've got the whole mouth and eyes area to do. So there's still some different colors going on in there. We've got the claws and the little claws on the wings. There's still a lot to do because, dragon. Look, this is a young, and it's still pretty big. We haven't even gotten to like an adult or anything yet. So come on by tomorrow. I'm excited.
My friend and I backed a Kickstarter that came with a STL file of like a Tarrasque. The Tarrasque is like this, and for Christmas he's like, I'm gonna resin print you the full thing. So I'm so excited. I might actually learn how to paint just to like do that.
There you go. Yeah, even if what you are painting is not what we're painting, come and watch Paint and Slay, because V is really, really good about talking through the techniques that we're using that are applicable for tons and tons of minis. And like, she's just really good at it, obviously. Like, that's a lot of her pedigree. She's good at a lot of things, but her mini painting is outstanding. So definitely come on by and ask your questions about mini painting. So if you're working on a mini that is different than the one we're working on, and it's like, okay, hey, I'm working on a Tarrasque. I see what you're doing on this dragon with this green. Do you have any suggestions for applying this technique to the Tarrasque in a different color? She's more than happy to use her vast knowledge and help you out.
Yeah. Dance Lover has a question asking how long did it take last year to solve them? These ones are actually dated, which is nice. So the final one was guessed on May 3rd last year. So just under half a year to guess the 21 codes that were available last year.
Oh, 21. Wow. We were very, very low in art. I was like, there's like 10, 12, something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was like one a month, but yeah, they got a bunch. It was like the 9th of January, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they nailed 5 of them on the 5th, on the 9th, and then 2 days later got 2 more. So we have to make a bunch because community's really good at guessing these things. So Avatar Pulse is asking question: is it not worth upgrading click damage? It is totally worth upgrading click damage because it'll get you to your click damage will kill on the level that it says. So if you have 125 click damage, you will be able to kill anything on area 125. Granted, it's not like an armored boss because that interacts a bit oddly. But the scale of cost increases quite a bit higher than champions, so you'll run out of click damage but make it able to make it a lot further with your champions than you will click damage.
Which is why I don't often have click damage getting upgraded on my stuff, but I did stick it over on my trials because I could use every little bit I could get.
Yeah, click damage is still very beneficial too. It also partially stuns the enemy when they come on screen. So you'll notice when they come on screen, they stop for a little bit because they're getting clicked and they get staggered. So they'll slow them down before reaching your formation. Big Carl 60 has a question. Says, I have all core champions and 4 evergreens: Nerds, Hitch, Tritz, Tazaka.
Nice. That
are in full epics. Oh, excellent, nice. You're missing Dragonbait and Okoria. Is there any reason to keep buying gold chests? Because all I'm getting anymore is duplicate. Gold chests for sure. I don't know if you have all the feats yet, but feats for all champions will only drop in gold chests. And you can check to see if you don't have any yet by if you go to on some champions and go to their feats tab. You'll see scroll down to the bottom of the locked feats, and you'll see the feat and then a chest icon. So that would be the best. The best way to do that.
And I'll grab the next question if you're done with that one.
Yeah, and I think just saving up for when you get Dragonbait and Okoria, it's fine. Yeah. Okay.
And both of those are excellent champions that you should get, including Dragonbait.
Yeah. Ooh.
Old Man Master asks, I know you guys have done Twitch drops in the past. With the recent changes to Twitch drops that now require you to watch X amount of time over X period of time, has there been any thoughts on revisiting Twitch drops? Nothing immediately, mostly because we've got better, more direct ways of offering stuff to all of you. I'm never going to discount it because, as they make improvements and changes to Twitch drops, there may be a time in where it's more advantageous to our users, to our community, to do stuff that way than just giving you codes. But for the moment, I think the community is really used to the way we offer codes and the way we offer free stuff. And we haven't seen that it's better for the community in this case, but we are keeping an eye on stuff like that. Yeah. And if anything, like, I think the changes to Twitch drops are better in general, but for us, I don't know whether it's better enough to use them or switch over to them yet. But you can always let us know. You can always let us know if you like that better. I know the first time we tried it, it didn't work amazingly well.
Yeah, it was not a fun week.
Yeah, and Kiwi Mischief brings up the fact that because our community is spread across time zones and all sorts of stuff, there were some unique issues with Twitch drops that, like, I think Twitch drops are really good options for streamers who don't have what we have, which is a fairly easy way to get our community awesome stuff. So we'll keep an eye on it, but for the moment, I think we're sticking to what we got.
You like codes and such,
Yeah. But if there is a reason, if there's somebody in the community who's like, hey, if you ever want to do this with Twitch drops, it's actually going to do it better, let us know.
Q Mischief is asking, why when I buy a pack of EGS does my game always then crash? There is some oddness with, like, EGS's like payment stuff and how it connects with our game. Generally, if you reload the game before purchase or after a purchase, it'll be better. So that always, if you're gonna make a purchase, just give a quick reload of the game and then make your purchase. Is my recommendation. Kaze Koichi is asking, when is Corazon going to be buffed? Right now, he is the weakest of the Ox Ventures. Now, I saw someone in chat earlier saying that that's kind of Corazon's thing. That is that he's jealous of other people being stronger than he is. I don't know that for sure, but
so there's an interesting interview, I think, especially with Rust coming out. There's an interesting interview and moment with Johnny, and where they were talking about how Rust was originally a character, a PC that they were playing in a home game, and they brought as an NPC to Oxventure. And one of the main reasons that Rust has the personality that he does is because Johnny knew that Corazon would be super jealous of, like, a character that was also another rogue. So they made sure that Rust had the personality of someone who was just, like, affable and had no ego of their own, to help mitigate some of that. Also because Johnny is a really good DM and doesn't want to outshine their players. I think where Corazon's power is the fact that they can alter, not permanently, obviously, but the make other champions neutral in their good and evil alignment kind of stuff. That's super powerful, especially since there's a lot of stuff out there that deals with that kind of alignment. And I've done some pretty interesting formations and seen really interesting formations that include Corazon that's just like put them on in there and then all of a sudden there's buffs all over the place. So I don't think about that character as not powerful, as more in very specific situations, they're super cool.
Yeah. The Coruscant neutral thing, there was that new variant that came out that was like neutral champions don't do damage, and people we got like 3 or 4 tickets of people being like, I am not doing any damage. I don't know why. I have evil champions in my formation. And my question is, do you have Corazon? Yeah. Well, there's your problem.
They're no longer evil.
Now they're evil and neutral, but now because they're neutral, they don't do damage. So
yep.
I'm like, oh, okay.
But the opposite can be true. You can definitely end up in formations and where, like, only neutral do damage, or they get a buff, or there's a buff to neutral champions from somebody else in the formation, and then you're making champions, hey, this DPS I normally wouldn't be able to buff in this way. but because I'm buffing neutral champions and I stick Corazon in there, there's a lot that can go on. So
yeah, so Corazon specifically adds the neutral tag to champions. So when you have that like neutrals don't do damage, then it becomes a problem. So
yeah, and
so point out Artemis is right there.
Oh, hi, Kitty.
Yeah, this is Lane. She's chilling.
Everybody put Kitty. Hi, Kitty in chat. Also, Kiwi Mischief does mention I'm using Corazon right now. I love his grease ability. Well, yeah, I mean, there's that. Also, flaming grease.
Yeah.
DMs. If your players are going to put grease all over the place, make it flammable. I know it doesn't say it. Yeah. I know it's not raw. Make the grease flammable. It's so much more fun.
Jason, this is a question. It says, Fini Games, is there a bug on Morgane's second adventure? If you level up a champion before they unlock and then bring them in, they don't get their ultimate. Just
interesting.
That sounds like a bug. That sounds like it should be a ticket.
Yeah. And for those of you, since we haven't talked about it in a little bit, and we do have a lot of new people in the chat, if you have not ever put forth a support ticket while in your game, come down here to the little question mark for support. Click on that. You'll open up a new browser tab, and you can submit a ticket pretty easily.
Lauren, can you do me a favor? Actually, can you just go to the campaign map?
Can I just go to the campaign map? I mean...
Yeah. If you hover over like the free play Rust, and then once that loads.
Yeah. Hold on a second, because I'm having that moment where I'm like, all three of my parties are doing things.
Yeah. I don't need you to end anything. So go to like where it says free play Rust up on the top right.
Okay.
And then do the view campaign map.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go from there. What are we looking at?
Just check. Wait, can you scroll up? Can you scroll up at all on that list of the campaigns?
Well, I'm at the top with Midwinter.
Oh, wait, okay.
Midwinter, Grand Sword.
Mine is showing Liar's Night, and I don't know why. That's weird.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. I think.
But we're in the bleak Midwinter. No.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a problem for after.
That's a later problem.
Sean, submit a ticket. Yeah.
Sean, submit a ticket to yourself right now.
Yeah. I ran a drink. Submit a ticket. Yeah. That's weird. Do we know about this? Is that fucking brought up?
I mean.
Okay, that's for later.
I do know we know that the trees are floating. That I know is an actual thing that yes, we're working on making the trees not float. It's okay. Yeah. But we are in midwinter. So.
Yeah. For the Morgane thing, definitely make a ticket. I have not heard of that happening. So.
Huh. That is super weird. Okay. While Sean is finishing up stuff because I can hear you hardcore typing, I'll answer a couple of the more fun questions. Gray L-shaped had 2 questions about, for me, is it better as a job or as a hobby? And can I describe what is involved in being a content coordinator? I have spent my entire life working or trying to work jobs that are my passions. And so there is always a weird moment of like, oh, I love this game and now I work for this game. Oh, I love D&D and now I stream D&D stuff for work. I'm a professional musician and I love playing music and I do that for a job. And so it's not that doing what you love as a job is a good or a bad thing. You just have to keep that in mind that once your hobby turns into a job, that a job is a job. And it's not every job, even the best jobs in the world. And I love my job. I love working here. I love working with all you. I love this game. Every job has bad, boring issues. Everyone. Because it's a job. And so as long as you are, at least in my opinion, as long as you are aware of that going into it, as long as you don't expect your life to just be sunshine and rainbows because I am working with what I love, as long as you're very well aware that like, hey, now that my hobby is my job, I got to be careful about doing my job as my hobby because I can get burnt out. It's important to keep that in mind. And I say that not as someone who has always been very good at that. I certainly have to keep that in mind, especially when it comes to like D&D and stuff. You can get burnt out of anything, even the stuff that you love. So it's not that one is better than the other. I count myself incredibly lucky that if I have to have a job that is not professional classical music, that I have jobs that I love playing the games that I love with the people that I think are awesome. So, and as far as can I describe what's involved in being a content coordinator, I can, although also keep in mind how this job is here might be different in other places. Kind of like community management, there's a general idea of what you do, but every company is a little different. My job is I work with the marketing team and I do streaming, I write blogs, I do voiceover, I participate in a bunch of different marketing things, and I help coordinate a lot of our third parties and a lot of the alerts that go into the game. So anytime there's content, I am helping out with it in some way. Not all of the content, but that's basically my job. I make content and I help promote that content in ways. I'm one of the people who grabs clips of our shows so that our social media have clips for shows and add captions to them. I help with the in-game alerts. I help provide chest codes to podcasts and streams that offer chest codes. So if you've ever gone to the Discord and there's an entire channel of just here's a bunch of chest codes and 3 billion Electrum chests, I help with all those people. It's a lot of different things. And hey, look, we're in the final half hour of community Q&A right now. Watch us now. If you're not watching us now, then you're not listening to me tell you watch us now. If you haven't watched us before, welcome. We're in our final 30 minutes, 20 minutes, because we got to end early enough so that the next show can start. I'm Lauren, that's Sean, that's a code. Welcome. Ask your questions in chat about the game or anything that you might have on your mind, and we will try to answer as many as we can.
Danimal War is asking, how do you see how many skins are available for Click and not just unlocked? I actually don't think there's a place to see it.
Oh, so not just this.
Yeah,
but
because if you don't have them, they won't show, right?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, because none of the skins for click damage were purchasable either with gems or with money. So, because they were just giveaway things.
Yeah, the Karmic Mad Jig is the one that's with the code, and then the Snowball one was the 30-year anniversary that you had to get the 4 chests and then get the one. So to get the bonus one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh.
Mars is asking, how best to choose Bailoff spec? Well, middle, no work. Right, lots of work. That's it.
And you know what? I'll come over here so that if people are wondering, and surprise, my Bailoff, no work, because I mean, look at me. I am that person. I am the person who wants to walk away from my game every once in a while.
Yeah.
Come on.
QE Mischief is asking how to get the Snowball now. There is not a way to get the Snowball now.
I know that FOMO. But hey, there might be stuff in the future. There might be other. And now that we've realized that it's been a very long time since there's been click damage,
What's the Bailoff left spec?
Here. I'll do this.
Oh, it's the birthday party one.
All right, hold on a second, because I need to turn this off so that it doesn't automatically respec, and then I will do this.
Yeah.
Here's your 3 specs. So.
Yeah, all right, middle spec, no work. You put a familiar on his ultimate and you leave it. You don't worry about it. Right spec, the show must go on, is the one where you have to you're gonna want to be having a champion die, waiting for Bailoff to revive them, going back to a different area, moving that champion, and creating that invulnerable Najim buff on everybody. The last one, I've never used. Increases the cost of celebration related to stacking values by 100%.
And increases the damage bonus by 100%. This is Grunt Birthday Party.
Oh, this is one that will slow enemies by 50%. Damage ignores tier debuffs, and you either hit for half the hit that killed them or 1/4 of their effectiveness, which was higher. And also, it's the chaining effect, right?
Yeah. Go Briv!
Yeah.
Sorry, and I also, one of the other reasons that I haven't been hanging out on this party during these streams is because, as you can see, I got a lot of potions going on, I got a lot of speed going on, there's a lot more going on the screen, it's a bit more busy, so...
You gotta go fast one.
Gotta go fast. Well, know, I mean, we're trying to kill Tiamat, and I don't have a lot of time, and we're on Grandmaster, and Oh.
Ooh. What's the area requirement?
Mine right now is 875, and my strength, it's the one, I've got the only champions with the strength of 10 or higher, which is why I don't have Averin out there. And this is not my strongest formation. I'm just gonna admit it. I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
This is, hey, you know what you would help you with? Information save, but you can't do the trials.
Sean, help me right now.
Oh God! All right, you're right. Well, why is Corey up front? That's first off.
So this was because I needed to put Okoria somewhere, and she's doing the thing and where she's buffing all the magic users.
Are you using short folk?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Who's your third? Wheel's a gnome, right?
Yes. I just have her in the Lugaru skin at the moment, which is why she doesn't look like a...
Yeah, I was like, is she a gnome?
Yeah. So yeah, Ashara is double buffed, is Potpourri and short folk, and everybody else is basically just helping do the magic buff thing.
Yeah.
And it's working, considering my Whittle does not have amazing gear, and I don't use Olcoria that much. It's working.
Yeah, my only thing would be, like, Strix is only really helpful if they get to the formation, and you keep knocking them back, so they're never going to get to the formation because they're too slowed.
A little bit, yeah. They're in Smelly right now, so...
So if there was something you could replace Strix with, it'd probably be the best. That's my suggestion. What slot is your aircraft Dragonborn? Dragonbait. Change Strix to Dragonbait, who's slot 11, and then move Dragonbait up front and put Coria over Strix is.
All right, we'll give it a try. Hold on a second. I gotta.
That'll keep Potpourri, and then give a secondary tank, and then you'll have the bonus from can use the.
I'm just gonna go back a little
vegetables.
bit. Yeah. Bonus from the vegetables. Okay, so we're gonna switch you for Dragonbait. Oh, you know what we should have done? I should have remembered. Okay, hold on a second. So we're at 365E. Okay.
It's better to check the damage of just Ashara. That's kind of that's one that kind of matters. So like hovering over. So he's a Sorial. Oh, wait, that's exotic. Damn it, not.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to Strix.
Hold on. Oh, Makos then.
That's true. Yeah. And then I can swap him for Freely.
Or just put him where Strix is. Either one.
Yeah, but if I put him where Freely is, then he's going to be next to fewer people. So, all right,
his buff is just at anyone non-adjacent, and so the only person we care about at that point is
Ashara. True.
Ashara. Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what? We can do this. There we go. Formation save live and on the air.
Yeah.
All right. Let's stick you, and so we're going to do.
Tiefling is.
Yep, and then.
Potpourri, right? If I'm not.
Wait, hold
crazy?
on a second. Why did?
Yeah.
Nope. Something happened. Who did I lose? Well, I lost Baloth.
Oh, Baloth.
No, put you there.
Okay.
There we go. All right, and then put you. Yeah, it doesn't really change too much, but Ashara should be getting that buff. Let's move you back over there.
Yeah, if you're keeping monsters like knocked away, then I think Makos will be better than Strix. And then you can. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get back on that gravy train, and we'll see. And if anything, my gear for Mako is it? I thought it was Makos.
It could be. I'm not 100% sure.
Makos. I don't know. Anyway, there we are. My gear for Makos is way better than my gear for Strix, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Oh, why? Why are you? All right, come on. Kill everybody. Sorry, we're now in my hardcore trials mode. We should be answering more questions.
J-Dog is asking, what is getting grilled tomorrow? And that's a secret for tomorrow. I'll spoil my own show.
You can't even tease?
It's something that's been asked about a lot.
Ooh.
How about that? Yeah.
All right, we'll leave that, and I'll come back to Rust because there's a lot going on the screen, and I feel bad.
Yeah. Maniac Clown is asking, when you reach soft cap, what's the best way to continue being able to push deeper to earn favor? At that point, that's just a lot of I think that's gear at that point, is to making sure you're always using your blacksmith contracts on champions that you're using a whole bunch. Ashara, Kron's, Artemis, Zorbu, Birdsong, whoever DPS you're using the most, and having that way. So I think once you're at upgrades, it's just at that point you're fine tuning your formation, finding what works best for what you're doing, and then working from there.
I'm also going to skip to Kay's Kochi was asking this in chat, but you know what? The moderators grabbed that because they're smart and lovely. And they were asking, can you recommend D&D campaigns with idle champions characters? I watched Heroes of the Plains and loved it, but they ended. I know. And I'd love to check for more. So, I mean, I've got 3 billion recommendations. I will say, if you want Heroes of the Plains adjacent streams, either because crossovers and stuff, you can still find Orkira in D4, which at the moment there aren't any D4 champions in here, technically. And I say technically because if you check Orkira's equipment, she references Herald, who is a character from D4. So I would definitely suggest checking them out. They're on hiatus. We're on hiatus at the moment, but we're going to be coming back in January, so there's a whole backlog. So that's kind of a idle champions adjacent characters. I would also suggest Rivals of Waterdeep is amazing. They're coming back for their next season. It's either this Sunday or next Sunday. I will look that up, but Rivals of Waterdeep has a whole bunch of characters in here, including Celise and Shaka and Dahani, who is my DPS right here, Murderburb. I love her so much. She's amazing. Murderburb. So their new season is starting up. The awesome thing about Rivals, not only do they have a wonderful backlog, but every season they switch out who the DM is, and so the DM gets a chance to play. And so last season it was DM Jazzy Hands, Eugenio Vargas, and Urban Bohemian, Brian, they co-DM'd for a season, and now they're back to playing. I don't remember if the new season DM has been announced. They probably have, but I'm going to be cautious and not say anything. But their new season starts up, and so if you want to jump in on their show, because they switch DMs, they do a very good job of, while there's continuing character arcs, it's kind of a new story every campaign. So this new season that they're starting up is probably going to be an excellent time to jump in without having to worry about seasons worth of previous stuff going on. So I highly suggest Rivals of Waterdeep. They are Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific. And I'm checking right now. They come back on the 23rd. So not this weekend, but next weekend.
Nice. Oxventure.
Oxventure, obviously. I mean, Rust just came out.
Yeah. Acquisitions Inc.
Yeah, with Oxventure, not only I would check out their stuff. They have all their episodes up on the YouTube channel. Might be a little easier to catch the VODs than the live streams, especially if you are not in England, but they're amazing. Definitely check out the Heroes of Arios. That's going to be with High Rollers, who are also another group in England, and a bunch of the characters in there. Mark Hulmes runs an amazing game with lots of really epic character development and a really interesting world. It's a homebrew world that has little bits of crossover here and there, so I definitely suggest checking them out. C-Team is really good, and their campaign just ended. So if you're looking for like, hey, I want a campaign and where I'm not going to be behind, I can just watch, definitely check them out. And I think that's all up on the Penny Arcade channel.
Looking for some good PvP fun, you can check out Realmsmith's Champion of the Realms, using characters from Isle Champions.
Yeah.
A bunch of really big faces, big names.
Yeah, I think so. Yesterday was Human versus Vlanya. Vlanya is from Sirens of the Realms, which has a lot of like one-shots, and there was a little campaign that happened a couple years ago, so you can check that out. Next week, I've forgotten who next week is, but I know they announced it. And yeah, well, that's PvP D&D, which is kind of a different thing than you might be used to watching. What's good about it is you can kind of get a taste of all these different characters, and there might be a character that you're super excited about seeing. And also, like, if you liked Heroes of the Plains, thank you, we did just start a new campaign, same people, almost the same people, but now we're doing a 8-episode campaign in Strixhaven. So you can come talk to Mal. Mal is my Owlin. He's an Owlin Ranger. He's going to steal your heart, literally. Keep your heart in your pocket because I'm going to steal it. So we're doing an 8-episode campaign. So same people, different characters. And then after that 8 episodes of Strixhaven, we're going to be going on to another big major campaign, which you'll find out about soon. So there you go. There is a whole bunch of TTRPGs. And then I'm assuming the people in chat, I didn't get a chance to see this, but I'm assuming the people in chat probably also had some amazing suggestions because, there's a lot of TTRPG shows out there. If you watch one and it's not your jam, that's okay. The good thing about there being so many shows out there is it's kind of like going to the movies and saying, I want to go see a movie. Well, what kind of movie you want to see? Because I can recommend an amazing sci-fi flick. But if sci-fi isn't what you're in the mood for, it doesn't matter how good of a movie it is. If horror is not your jam, then I could recommend some of the most amazing horror movies on the planet, and you're not going to enjoy them. So the nice thing about TTRPG shows, D&D shows, is there's a bunch of different styles. Don't worry too much about, there's 3 billion out there. What do you like watching? What are the characters you like watching? Give a bunch of things a try.
Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of other TTRPG shows that we don't have in the game yet. Hopefully, well, maybe at some point we have some. Critical Role,
Black Dice Society. That, like I said, is coming back tonight. And while those characters aren't in the game, many of the content coordinators that we work with, like the wonderful B. Dave Walters, who is not only Freely but is the DM for Idle Champions Presents. He is the DM for Black Dice Society. And if you like horror type games, go ahead and check them out. That's an absolutely excellent show.
Yeah. Also, The Adventure Zone, another personal favorite of mine.
Yeah.
Really, so good. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're, we haven't even gotten into podcasts.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We're running out of time here. So
running out of time. Yeah, only a couple more minutes.
Grey Dawn Boy has a question. Will the Storyteller Mars chest ever drop again? I haven't opened mine. Probably won't unless it's likely to make a return. So that chest is actually a weekend chest from way, way, way back. It's like probably in like the first year of time of when we started doing weekend chests. So that was not a chest specifically for Mars, just one just happened to be called a Storyteller chest. So we don't have any plans on bringing that one back at all.
And real quick, because I apparently said it too fast in my excitement, that Realmsmith PvP show that was asked about is called Champions of the Realm. It happens on Wednesdays in the evening, Pacific time. Check out Realmsmith TV on their Twitter. We also put out stuff because we work with them on that. And next week is Alicia Marie playing Barrowyn and Deborah Ann Wall as Jamila. Yeah.
I'm excited for Barrowyn. That's gonna be good.
I'm excited for both of those.
Yeah.
Those are both. I mean, it's really just been wonderful players, wonderful content creators playing really interesting characters. So definitely check it out.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, I just messed. This headset has I can change to be game audio higher or voices higher, and I bumped it by accident, so you went really quiet. So I was like, oh god, I know what I did though. Yeah.
I just got nervous for a second. Okay, couple more questions before we gotta go.
Okay, Bob Cass's question: can you put notification of news or changelog gets new text note? Some players are press and check every hour or check for updates. Yeah, that'd be probably looking at something like that. So updates that's like, hey, check changelog. Little pop up that pops up once. It's like, hey.
Yeah, I mean we often get that news update, so I think the changelogs would be good right there because they often have some really good information in them.
Yeah, that's just like a new changelog. Check it now.
Mm-hmm.
You can click on it. Yeah. Grey Dawn Boy is asking question: why is Rus Whiskey Red? For reference, see the rare blue version of his goblet. I don't know why it's red. Maybe it's the blood of his enemies.
that doesn't seem like a Rust thing.
Yeah.
There's probably a reason. Like, we work
Yeah.
really closely with the content creators about everything, and so either that's super important or not, and either way,
Yeah.
there's probably a reason we just don't know
Why?
what it is.
Oh, it does look like wine. Sometimes you just want to lap whiskey from a wine glass. Yeah, it does look like wine coming out of the goblet, even though it's labeled whiskey.
There you go. There you go.
Interesting. Weird. I don't know why it's like that.
and I will answer this last question from Fennec. Just noticed you have your champions in half profile view while mine look portrait to me. How can I change that? If you come over here to the main menu, go to settings. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can go over. We actually went over everything in this menu earlier in the stream, so you can take a look. But specifically, you want to look at console UI portraits. If that's checked, that gets you the straight on view. And if it's not, that's how you get the side view. And narrow bench boxes is the other way that you can make sure if that's clicked, it'll make everybody squishing a little bit more so that you can have everybody on screen at the same time. Or if you like them to have a little bit more room, it's up to you. And unfortunately, with that, we have to pause. We have to stop because we need to get off so that Todd can interview Johnny from Oxventure about their awesome, awesome champion Rust, and so that we can go have lunch. Thank you to everybody in chat for all of your amazing questions. Thank you to Martin and Mars for being wonderful moderators and for helping out with all of the questions that we didn't get a chance to get to and for passing those along and just being awesome. And as always, thank you to Sean because I couldn't answer half of these questions. And so you literally are the reason that this show works.
My brain hurts. So many questions. I gotta save it for later now.
Yep. Brain saving is time. We're going to go have some lunch and watch an amazing interview. And thank you, everybody. And we'll see you next encounter. Bye.
Bye.